Hi, welcome to day. Oops, why is my phone like this? Keys, don't do that. Why is it? Okay, there we go. So, welcome to day 20 of the art thingy majiggy that I've been doing for the past 20 days. I don't know what I'm doing. But anyways, yeah, so today we are going to, I'm just going to play around a bit with watercolor. So I was renaming a layer, but yes, we're going to play around with watercolor a bit because that is something I'm very much so curious about, because I've never really played with watercolor before, and I am kind of curious about how it works and all that stuff. So we're just going to do some light watercolor work and see where that leads us. Renaming more layers. Okay, so background. So, help. I'm actually not too sure what watercolor splash. What do I even use you for? Ooh, what, round? Why is it round? Ooh, what's the difference between flat and round? Oh wait, I should probably change my sketch layer to probably black. Sorry, let me do this first. Hey, sorry, I am confused. But that's the whole point of this, is so then we can sort of learn what's going on. There we go. It's now black. So, okay, what do I do with you? Qu'est-ce que je fais avec toi? I don't know what I should do with you. Sorry, let me go up here. I'm gonna put a bit more distance between the two sketches, just because. There we go. Okay. So, background first. What was it? Right, this. Right, I was trying. Oh wait, I was using dry ink. Why was I suddenly using dry ink? I wanted to press this. Okay. So what's the difference? Oh, you're just flat and then you're round. Oh, that's the only difference. Okay, I don't like that much. I feel like watercolor is a bit more of a splote. Oh my god, how did I do this? When you overlap the color, the water edge will appear when you work on the same layer. The water edge doesn't appear when you overlap in a separate layer. Okay. Okay. So how does this work? Huh. Fascinating. Oh. Ah. Interesting. So I want to do like a background first, sort of like this. Yeah, just sort of like a background, because I know that generally there's a sort of like background for things. Just sort of a watercolor background, maybe a bit of white and all that stuff. There we go. Just a bit of a blue-ish background sort of deal. Oh boy, the brush is too big for paint, Clip Studio Paint. What if I add white into it? Like, what happens if I add white? I'm scared. What does it do? Oh, it's on the wrong layer. Well, first off, it's on the wrong layer. Second of all, oh boy, this is not great. Okay. There we go. Okay, so white doesn't really do anything, unsurprisingly enough. Okay. I just don't think that Clip Studio Paint's brushes for watercolor are necessarily good. Maybe that's why. Or I can add paper, some paper texture for this. Drawing paper, noise type. What is a good paper for maybe rough textured, fine textured, bird's eye, impasto? Pencil is not pencil. What kind of texture would this be good for? Texture. Yay. Right, because apparently adding texture is apparently really important for the overall feel of everything. So I'm not sure what sort of texture I want to go with. Like, there's so much stuff that I can do with this drawing paper, perhaps. Okay, I can see this working. So that's gonna be sort of an overlay color, like so. And then we'll see what this goes with. Wait, I'll lock this. Wait, hold, lock you, so then you can't interfere with anything else. And then we can test our watercolor a bit. Oh yeah, that looks so much better with the texture. Okay, fascinating. Okay. Fascinating, okay. Oh boy. Right, so okay, I drew on this layer. Maybe I did whites. I did white. I don't know why I said white. Why did I keep saying white? Okay. Interesting. So it has that, but it's like weird. Interesting. I am testing out, okay. Huh. What if I did, hold up, what if I did, if I wanted to, what if I did this, and then erased it? Ça marche pas, hey yo. Oh, that's why, because I'm not, okay. I see. Okay, there we go. I'm going to erase it a bit. How do I work with watercolors? Like, background effect, because then I would need it. Okay. Watercolor edges. Oh, I see. Can we... I see. Okay. So if I do this, check the settings. Ink. Color mixing. No, that's not what I need. Color jitter? No. Sorry, my watercolor edge. Turn on to add an edge to your brushstrokes. Combine this with textures for a watercolor effect. Fascinating. Texture. Okay. There's so much to discover about watercolors. I'm gonna need like an entire day for this. Like, wow, okay, texture. Paper. So there's already a paper texture to you. Except I'm not the biggest fan of it. Brush shape. Color edge. If I do this, brush size, color jitter, what is the difference? So what does whitewash not have watercolor edge? Because it doesn't seem like it does have a watercolor edge, because there's no ticking option for that. It's just sort of there. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna test out some stuff. Why are you not working? Oh, because you're... Wait. There we go. Oh, wait, I kind of like this a bit more. It's a bit more wild, but I kind of like the consistency a bit more. Okay, rough wash is pretty good. What's watery wash then? Sorry, I'm testing a whole bunch of stuff. Nothing like testing a whole bunch of stuff. What the heck? Oh, it's just not showing. Why? What have I read? No. Okay, watery wash. What does that do? I assume I apply over it. Oh, it's okay. I see. That's an interesting little thing. What about you? What do you do? I don't know what you do. There's a whole bunch of like watercolor things that I have, but I just don't know what to use it for. Like, I just don't know what the use of all this stuff is for. Okay, I'm gonna test out what... Okay, wait, hold up. Why are you triangular? That's so bizarre. I don't hate it, but it's interesting that it's there. That there's a triangle there. I'm gonna try and test out a whole bunch of these other brushes, because this is fascinating. I do want to sort of play around with watercolors because they do make for a very, very beautiful. Ew, okay, not this. It's probably because this is gross. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, okay, that works. Because it does make for a very, very nice effect, watercolors. So I do want to occasionally sort of brush up on it. No pun intended, but there's not enough randomness in this one. I kind of like when watercolor has like this element of randomness. One artist who does really, really, really good watercolor stuff, it's is Peach Momoko. She does a whole bunch of variant covers for comic books. So recently she did a kimono, a couple of kimono variant covers. So if you don't know what variant covers are, usually like comic books, they have like a main cover. Variant covers are just like alternate, or it's just like the same comics, but like with alternate like book covers basically. So that's what we call variants. In the comic book setting, right? Rice texture density, the lower the better. That's so bizarre. Okay, that's a bit too foggy for my liking. What about you? Okay, how about if I made you bigger? You're a bit too blocky for me. But it's a very fascinating effect, genuinely. I gotta shut up with the generally. What about you? You seem like an interesting brush. No, there's too many weird things about you. I don't like you as much. Yeah, I don't like the texture of these ones. They're quite weird. Texture density. Right, I tried you, didn't I? Or you're a different triangular brush. I think you're a different triangular brush, yeah. What about you? What are you? Oh, you're like those calligraphy pens, okay. Which I've never gotten good at. I'm not gonna lie. Calligraphy pens, no. Never good at it. Okay, what about you? Okay. No, I'm just gonna stick with what is watercolor splash? Oh, you're just like weird splashes. Okay. I'm just gonna stick with rough wash for now. And then we're gonna see where this goes over here. I don't like the edges as much, but it's still not bad. I'm testing a whole bunch of different things right now, because it is genuinely one of the weirdest, funnest things I've done in a long time. Okay. I had like this. No, I don't like the texture of you. I remember you. I don't like you. Do I? I don't. You're weird. Right. You're also weird. How about you? You're also weird. I don't like the texture of these things. Why do they give me like weird textures? You also have weird textures, I think. Right? Yeah, you're just weird. Weird. Nope. Yeah, no. Why? Brush density? Why? Why is it at 0? It's not even showing anything at this point. Watercolor edge. Huh. Let's say you back to default, which is 3. Oops. Color stretch. Yeah, I don't really like any of these ones. I downloaded these ones, but they're not necessarily something that I like. Actually, maybe I'll test it out a bit. I mean, that's not bad. It's just lacking that element of randomness that I sort of like from it. I mean, that's not bad either. But again, it's too soft in my opinion. What if I add more did this? What happens? Like, it's not bad, but I just don't like how soft the overall thing looks. if I add like red to it, yeah, it looks too soft. It doesn't feel like watercolor because it's too soft. It feels a bit more like an airbrush, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Because it's like if I wanted an airbrush, I would have taken an airbrush, you know. But no. Yeah, it doesn't have that spill effect I want from watercolor. Yeah, no. I think I'm gonna stick with the rough brush. Texture impasto. Oh, I see what it does. Fascinating. Texture density. I can always do some more of this, right? Right, that's kind of gross, actually. Yeah, I mean, this has like sort of a same-ish feel to it. Let's try the yellow, because we do need yellow for our magnolia. And yes, I did take yesterday's sketch because I'm too lazy to redraw everything. Yay me! Texture density. What if I reduce the texture density? Because I don't like how blocky it is. Okay. You ever have to do a whole bunch of testing regarding this? Because it is... What a weird world that we stumbled into. Right. What a weird looking world. Alright. I mean, again, I'm just sort of trying out different things, so... This is just shading. I'm trying out things. Weird things, even though it's weird. Okay. Is there a certain direction I should paint watercolor in is my question. Because there has to be, right? I can't just willy-nilly do anything. Do something, right? Oh, right, I forgot to color that. Right. My bad, chief, my bad. Okay. I mean, let's color all this, right? There we go. Oops. That's a bit too rough. I don't like it as much. What happened to this one? What was different about this one? Hold up. They do a watery brush afterwards? No. I mean, it kind of works. Not really. I lied. There's something about this. A wet wash, maybe? I kind of like the wet wash. There's too many things that I want to test about this, but I just don't know where to start with watercolor. Not the wet wash. The wet wash makes it kind of gross. What if I overlapped them? What if I did a bit of an overlap over here? Wait, actually, this one's not bad. I just wish that the texture wasn't as gross. I did this. Okay, so if I reduce the texture density, it actually looks pretty good because it doesn't give me trypophobia like the other ones from before, like it did before. Okay, that's not bad. I'll take it. Okay. Over here. Like I don't know how the watercolor is supposed to go, right? So I'm just kind of guesstimating, and apparently we're supposed to do in 2 different multiple layers. So I don't know how I'm supposed to do this, but it's a work in progress. Okay. Okay, well, I did this. Okay. No, okay, don't do that. Now suddenly you're very dark. Why are you suddenly so dark? How do people even get good at watercolors? It feels like such a difficult thing to get good at. I mean, from a distance it doesn't look bad, but that's only because like you don't see it. But I feel like if you zoom in a bit, you're like, ugh, yikes. What happened there? Also, I couldn't find yesterday's reference image, so I'm kind of using a different reference image from yesterday. Oh wait, never mind, I found it. I lied. Very typical thing of me to do. So I'm not too sure about like what I'm supposed to necessarily shade. How I'm supposed to shade things, right? I know I should know my shadows by now, but it's like, man, this is actually not a bad watercolor brush. I actually quite like it. There's actually quite a bit of a texture to it, and a bit of love to it. Love and care. Okay, there's a bit of like a shade to it, right? Okay. Okay, so I do this, right? Right. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do this. Like, this is also, like, I thought this would be round because there's like a circle next to it, but it's really not round. It's pretty not round. So I'm like, okay, this is unexpectedly not round, but it's actually working out okay, actually. Like, it's not horrible. Like, I actually quite like it a bit. It's gonna be a touch darker, like so. Okay. But yeah, I gotta study, because I actually got inspired to do this because I saw Peach Momoko's variant covers, and she does phenomenal watercolor work, so I'm like, God, I want to try this out. God, it's such a beautiful thing, but I'm like, God, I'm not gonna be able to do it justice. I'm gonna like sully it with my inabilities. Like, it's not bad from a distance, but it's also not great either. Let me try erasing everything outside of this. I'm curious. I'm kind of curious. Okay. Okay. What if I did sketch? Do this. Says reference layer, watercolor. Okay. Let me try doing paint bucket tool. Do this. That did not work. Exercise. Be gone, demons. Oh boy. If anything, it's lagging. It's lagging the program. Guys, help, I didn't save. This is what I get for rushing. I'm really sorry, Clipsteel Paint. Please do not the progress. Oh wait, it's fine. Okay, yeah, it loaded. Okay, I'm just stupid. She just percol. Okay, there we go. I'm just curious, if I erase all of the leftover edges, will it change? How much will it change? Obviously it will change, because it loses that sort of element of randomness, right? To some degree. Obviously there will still always be that element of randomness, because it will always sort of have that within its brush strokes, right? There will always be that element of randomness in watercolor, because water flows. It is unpredictable to some degree, unless you're a master of watercolor, which I guess a lot of people are still masters at it. I'm just not. But that's why we're learning. Learning is important, everyone. I know, believe it or not, learning is very much so important. And that's why I'm here, to learn, to test, to experiment with things. Sorry if that sounded a bit like condescending. That was not meant to be, like, that was not my intention at all. I was like, oh, yeah, that's what I'm here for, right? No. Nothing wrong with learning. I'm just being my sarcastic, snarky self as I am. As per usual. It's the only self I know how to be. Guys, okay. That's fine, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go over these with a smaller brush because I'm really curious what happens if I just do this. Okay. A bit more precise, like so. Sure, okay. And then we're gonna glance at these final results, and we're just gonna take a quick look at it. Because I'm quite the, I quite like the effect that's giving us. Whether or not that's good or not is a different question, but I quite like it. Again, there's inherently beauty in chaos, right? As much as it's morbid, it's just that randomness is quite nice. Like, it's not bad. Like, I don't think it's horrible. I just think that was a bit more controlled to a big degree, right? But generally, I don't think it's horrible. Like, obviously I'm still learning, but I think that there are a couple of things that I wish that could have gone better. But it's not bad. We're gonna do a few studies of Peach Momoko, I feel like, in the upcoming days. Actually, no, that's a lie. I gotta prepare for my Valentine's Day illustration. I'm lying. I lie a lot, apparently. No, I don't lie on purpose. I'm just stupid. So we're gonna do a couple of studies for Peach Momoko's art after my Valentine's Day illustration, and then we're gonna try and get things settled with that. Sounds good? Sounds like a plan? This is more for me than it is for you guys, just because I don't typically have a plan for anything. So, yeah. But yeah, that about wraps up for me today. Thanks for hanging out with me. This has been our watercolor experiments because, yeah, I just always want to try watercolor. And so, yeah, that about wraps it up. Thanks for hanging out with me. Take care, everyone, and see you guys tomorrow for, I don't know. We'll see. I said I had a plan, but I actually don't. Do I really want to start my Valentine's illustration beginning of February? Maybe. We'll see. And it really depends on how much time I have to, like, prepare everything, all that stuff. So, we'll see. Okay? Alright, that's it. Take care, and have a good night, or day, or afternoon. You know, I'm just gonna do my gaming channel outro, because I feel like at that point it's ingrained into me. Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when and where you are. And see you guys next time. Bye.